Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Bourbon Street Bookers. We have with us tonight Lady Nesha. And you
Hey.
guys may know her by Nesha Williams, her Facebook name is Facebook. One of her very popular books that we really having me has had me very weak. Fraud. We started with fraud, right? And then uh, we jumped into
Bambi,
but I was late to the party. So
because she don't listen. That's why she
I
was late.
that's exactly why. Hey Evelyn, hey Dion, and Arthur Storm, hey Kelly. It is so good to be back, y'all. It's been a minute. Tara, you made it. Hey. And
Hey y'all.
y'all, stay scheming. First off, y'all know Nisha is new on the scene. She's a new author. This is book number 4, but it is what, 6 books in?
It's
It is
book
six
number
books.
5, huh? Oh, it's
Uh,
6. Okay.
it is
Yeah,
six.
6 books in.
Yeah.
She had Envy Me, she had
Yeah.
Fraud, 3 Bambis, and
Yeah.
our boy Mills.
Milford. Milford is my baby.
Hey Jory,
Yes.
Jory said
Look at
King
Joy. They
her.
talking about King her.
King her. We gonna sing
Joy,
Jory.
she love her some toxic men.
She love King.
Girl. Where's Jennifer? Somebody say Jennifer. Um, so we are talking tonight specifically about Stay Scheming, but we y'all know how we do. We're gonna be all over the place. And sis, let's just say you brought fire, from
Oh, there go Jennifer.
fraud. Hey, Jen, no, we ain't starting without you. Um, there was fraud, which had me in stitches. Okay, everybody that worked at Pieces was a
Yes.
piece of something. Trifling,
They were
trifling.
a mess. Yes, they
But
were.
you brought us that, and you brought us Bambi. Bambi was so different. Listen, it took me a minute to deal with King. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
King
What
was a
would
handful.
you have expected from somebody that was raised by a pimp and some
Yeah,
hoes?
King was a handful.
Obviously, hey Selena. So there was that, and then there was Stay Scheming, which I didn't read Envy Me. Anybody else?
I read it.
Okay, yeah. So that's the only book I need to get to. But I know Jory. I know that's a sensitive spot, and I understand because the way I am behind Ezra, I get it. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
Tiptoe
Love
But
on
that. I
King.
love that book.
tell us, what was your inspiration? What brought you to basically flex the muscles of that pen, should I say, with your writing skills?
Um, with Stay Scheming, so I was watching like documentaries of like credit card fraud because that's like a big thing now. Like people do like swipers and how they make the cards. I don't know. It was kind of fascinating, so I kind of just started writing about it. And it just took a life of its own. And I tried to outline them, but I could never stick to my outlines. So yeah, I just started with the first chapter, and I was just writing. I don't know. It kind of just went. There
Yeah,
was no
Well, you
outline
didn't need an
initially.
outline because you did the damn thing with that book.
Thank
really
you.
though. You really, really
Thank you.
did.
Thank
You
you.
really did. You brought us something totally and totally new. So the funniest thing that I've read close to this, and I don't know if anybody else agrees, but the last thing that had me in stitches laughing like I did with reading was the Porter Brothers. It was like, there was no real order, but they were
Yeah,
But it
hilarious.
was
You know what I'm saying?
awful lot of comedy. And
they
listen,
were.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
You had
Yes.
the hood and comedy, and
Yeah.
it meshed well together.
A lot of ratchetness.
It
And
meshed
I
well together.
absolutely loved it. I mean, first off, And I asked Author Nina the same thing because I had to say, are y'all taking comedy classes? Is there some coaching that's going on? Because listen,
No.
y'all freaking are hilarious. Are you just naturally humorous like
Yeah,
this?
yeah. It's like it runs in my family because I tell people all the time, like my grandma is 76 and she is still childish. Like she would crack a joke in a minute. Like so, yeah. I guess
And
it's
that
just
keep you young too.
yeah.
That
It
keeps you
does.
young.
Yeah. It's just yeah. It just comes out. I don't know. I be serious for a minute. I'm like, all right, let me see if they laughing at.
And
Yeah.
I'm the same way because it was just it's something about reading and laughing and I'm one of these people that live in books for a while. This morning I called Allegra. I'm on my way to get tested this morning. I'm like, I saw a box on the corner.
This girl is
I
crazy.
just randomly saw a box and I called. I don't think she caught that. But I was like,
Oh,
Allegra, I
I heard what you
saw
said. I was in the middle of something when you called, because she don't call me and she don't
Yeah.
text me. She sends me audio messages.
Oh, you one
So
of those people?
yes. And I'm like, listen, I'm not about to figure out how to work this audio foolishness. I'm just about to send her a little text real quick. And that's what I did. I said, this girl is crazy.
Oh goodness. It was so funny because the dude was standing there on the corner, y'all. Well, we had medians here in New Orleans. He was standing on the
We
median.
have neutral grounds.
And it was a little slim one right there on Poland. Somebody tell my daughter I'm on live. But we sitting there
Oh, Lord.
and I'm laughing because he got like his stomach hang. First of all, y'all know how hot it is in New Orleans,
Yeah.
and he has a jogging suit on, but it's too small.
Oh. Oh. So is his stomach hanging out?
Allegra, take over. Let me see this girl. Okay.
Listen, at 5:30 this evening, it was 103 degrees.
Really? Oh.
So, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's hot
That's
as
hot.
panther piss down here. It is.
And I'm complaining about this 90 degrees.
And where are you?
I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Well, Hazel Park, still part of Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be y'all gonna get cool weather in a minute.
Yes, and I don't like it. I've been living here all my
Oh,
life, and I hate the winter.
I have a cousin like that. He's from Cleveland, and he refuses to go back. He came down here for school and just Jory, come on down, and you can catch
That'd
some of
be
this
me.
baby.
I don't like it.
She sounds just plain Southern. Girl, gone. So
Finish telling
How
us
can I
about the man
be
with
the
his outfit in
same?
103-degree weather. Oh, look on,
listen.
go to your right, and they
Okay.
have a thing say private chat, and then they have a thing say comments. Click on comments.
Oh, for Nisha to see the comments.
Yeah.
I just see chat. Oh, comment.
There it is. So
Okay.
you can now see the comments that's
Oh,
rolling down.
okay. I see. That's
So
nice.
in when I saw the guy, it just immediately he had this look that said box. So I was like, that's so funny that I see him. I see people all over and I swear I matched him up with somebody I didn't read about. And I gotta call Allegra immediately and be like one time I called, I said I saw Juice. Because he had them dirty vans on.
Dirty Vans. If that girl don't remember nothing else about that book, she remember the dude had on a pair of dirty tennis
Dirty
shoes.
vans. And so that's when you know a book was good. When it lives with you beyond the pages. Now, how long ago I read that book? You see what I'm saying? So you did an outstanding job. And I told you that privately. I'm telling you that publicly. If y'all
Yes.
have
Thank
not
you.
read her work, listen, you're missing out. You missing out on some serious gut busters, right? Um, so in Bambi, let's talk about
Mhm.
Bambi for a moment. Okay, so I talked about King, but the star of that book was Sheila.
With
Yes,
Shayla?
ma'am.
Sheila teased everybody and they more. And I
Listen,
loved
Shayla
every
don't
minute of it.
You
care.
talk
Shayla
I
don't
loved
about
it.
And Maisha, I don't know if you hear, but Maisha talked about a ride or die. We had that conversation today. That was Shayla. That's
Yes.
every bit of Shayla. Shayla is a true ride or die. I mean, yeah, the tall gal.
Yeah, the tall girl. Listen, they love the tall girl.
Very big. He was talking about them legs. I just was like, every angle. There was nothing. It wasn't missing not one thing. Her just the way she demanded and commanded everybody to, handle your business. And
Yeah,
all of them was down. Deny,
yeah.
deny, deny.
That's the word. I don't know what you're
When
talking
that
about.
fool said that he took her taser and she was like, I got three more. He don't know. I got three more. I said, oh my God.
Listen, she had a stack of tasers. The cartridges, she had them.
Yes, indeed. It's that kind of day, y'all. I mean, these people were wilding out. Hey, Josh. Josh is in the house. That
Hey, Josh.
that book was hilarious. Everything about Bambi. And then when we got into Stay Scheming, okay, so by now everybody should have read because y'all know how I am about spoilers. I can't help myself.
She love him. She love him.
So I was cracking up laughing when I got to the part about Henny when his daddy said, well, first of all, the fact that King kept calling his daddy Carl Winslow.
Listen, I chuckle every time I wrote it.
But
Yeah,
it's like there's so many elements of who you needed to be in order to read this book. It's like you needed to be familiar with who everybody was. Like when you describe, who they were. But just straight comedy hour. Just
yeah,
straight comedy hour. And I love a good book that can have me cracking up laughing. I promise
yeah,
you, there's so much I have not forgot and won't forget.
yeah.
So let's see. Tell us something about where you see your writing going, because we're gonna get back into this book and we're gonna dive further in. But what should we expect from you going forward?
Um, so I kind of just like to write stuff that I like to read. So, like, the next book I have is like about an overbearing mother. And when I say overbearing, like she take it to like the next level. And you sprinkle that with like a whole bunch of little messiness and that's what that is. Like, um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't
Don't
know.
I was about to tell
So,
you, don't give Ayana a release date.
oh yeah, you know what? I learned that from being a reader, not to
Yeah,
give my
just
release.
pop up. Just pop up.
Yeah,
Do not give Ayana a release date.
Please don't.
I learned that from being
Actually,
a reader. Just let it come out.
Jennifer said her and Sheila in the building. Do y'all have your taser?
Jesus. Lord
Listen,
help
she be
us.
bringing Shayla everywhere. She said that's her girl.
Hey, Deb. We missed you. We haven't seen you around in a while. But it has been some hilarious moments. You took us with so much, like I said, comedy. But there were gems in there too. I love the brotherhood. I love, how they stuck with each other or what have you. Is there anybody that actually inspired your characters?
Yeah, I talked about Meals. Meals was inspired by my younger brother, and when I tell y'all he was
Really?
funny, yeah, my younger brother, he was funny just like Meals, like hilarious, and yeah, so a lot of the jokes and stuff was easy to write because I thought about him, like, all right, this is something he'll say, and he was the baby, and we all looked out for him, so yeah. Minus all the lean. He smoked a little bit, but he ain't do it.
Listen, I didn't even know what that was, right? Like, I don't know if I think I asked you or I had to go
Yeah.
do some research. Or something. I was like, what is that?
Oh yeah, that's popular among young people. They like lean.
Mm-hmm. Jennifer, you messy, and I'm not gonna entertain you today. I'm just gonna say, hey girl, hey.
Child.
Mills was my absolute favorite character.
What?
Yeah,
I
he was
just
fun to write about.
he didn't give a damn. He just had a good time.
No.
and let people have it.
Yes.
That was
was his
one of the
thing.
things that I liked about him too. Now, that relationship with his mom, I
Yeah.
love that you well, first off, it was raw in the beginning,
Yeah.
but then you gave some clarity for her to be able to speak her piece. You know what I'm saying? Like how I got to this point. And although I
Yeah.
had a little sympathy for her, it wasn't
Yeah.
it was really not enough for me to
That
really
was
care.
something that should have been expressed early on,
Right.
Yeah.
so
Right.
she could have avoided mistreating him.
Yeah. Because
Because
she
that's what
didn't
it
care
was.
for
She
him.
dogged him out.
I
Yeah.
was ready to fight him. I can't lie.
But he didn't
I
like
ain't
her
give
either,
a
and he was
damn.
okay with it.
And
He
then
didn't like her at
the amount of pressure she put on Mo, that eldest
all.
child. It's like being an eldest child, I can relate.
Yeah.
Don't put that pressure on me because I'm going to stand
Yeah. Yeah.
behind my siblings. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was. He was
Always.
a ride or die. Girl, look,
He
I
was.
throw everybody under the bus behind my sisters.
Yeah.
All right, Jory.
That's their
E40, huh?
relationship.
Girl, he for
Yeah, with her Dickie suits and
bro, that Kool-Aid line was hilarious. And when he
yeah.
I
called
kept thinking
her being a tampon.
when they kept saying she looked like E40, I kept thinking about Kima with Manny Fresh.
Oh Lord. Did y'all hear
Kima
the
used to
other
be in love with Manny Fresh.
Did she?
girl? I think she good now.
She good. I hope.
Oh,
Yeah, she good.
I think somebody put the wrong picture up, and she's like, "No, don't do that."
Yeah.
She
Jennifer
said
said,
she's staying. She said that was her boo, and she's staying by
"She's
what
saying,
she
"Mom."
said. She's staying by what she said.
Jennifer said, "The real question is why Mills? Why take him out?" That was my question too, but I'm like, I've learned to trust the author and say it is what it is. It has got to be. But that's a good question. Come on,
Yeah.
you on the hot seat now.
So yeah. Okay. So when I wrote this story, I knew like something was gonna happen to somebody, right? Because I figured like when you write, if you can bring like that kind of emotion out somebody, like you did a good job. So if it was solely, I don't think it would have felt the same, and because you kind of feel
We
in
would have
love with who he
sacrificed
was.
Sola though. We would have sacrificed him.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what?
kind of fell
She
in love.
right. We would not have
Yeah, you
had
would
the
have got
energy
you wouldn't have
behind
felt the
two
same.
pumps, 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2 minutes and that's
Mm-mm.
it.
He was up
You
to
wouldn't have
10.
felt the
He was up to
same.
10 after he got choked. Don't play with him.
Yeah, and even with Mozzie, it would have still been a sadness. But then I don't know when Mills, it kind of just happened. I don't know, like because he was so wild and I don't know, but it broke my heart to do it because in real life my brother did die. So it really broke my heart to do that. Like I cried, I caught my mama crying, like cry while I wrote it, cry while I
Mm.
reread it. But in any other scenario, when I tried to change like what happened, it just didn't work. Like it didn't make sense. Like yeah. So
And that
it has
makes
to
a
be
lot of sense, especially
yeah.
if he inspired that character.
Yeah,
Um,
like it has to be him.
Jennifer, we're gonna have to have an intervention. She said, "Why not kill one of the twins?"
And she trying to
Listen, the
tell me
twins,
stay
they
out of
was just
jail.
slow.
She gonna end up in jail. That word "kill" gonna be the one. But yeah, I love that you gave us so much of him that he'll always be remembered.
Yeah,
And I can imagine that being the same impact that your brother had on everybody.
yeah,
It's like he gave us so much while he was here. So
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
that's a great way to remember and honor him. In that
Yeah,
context.
yes.
Yes, yes, yes. And
You know
then
who else I was in love with? Annie. When
Oh
Annie
yeah,
told Mills she will pop
yes,
it. She's from the old school and she'll pop the teeth out. I was like, oh,
listen, because he was trying her. And I want to say he tried because he got it.
he did. He did.
He
They
got
did
it.
that.
Yeah, he walked in the
yes.
door like, all right, I want her. And
Look,
he wasn't
can,
scared to get up there and get her.
can Annie be pregnant in the next book?
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh God. I don't think Paige can handle it.
I don't think she could handle it either. She couldn't handle
Listen,
learning that they was together. That was so
nah,
hilarious.
yeah. I thought it was funny when he walked on a plane and handed her the cookies.
Jory is stupid. Jory said she had no teeth, no hands.
And she
Listen,
worked it.
she did.
Baby, sis was on it. Sis was like,
Yeah.
little boy, you will
Yeah.
miss your flight. Don't play with me.
You
And
almost missed it.
ain't nothing like a cougar, girl. A cougar that can hold it down. Team Cougars. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Why did you
Who
have
wants
Bianca
to
and Moses
know?
together? I think that was a good story though. And you know what? I wasn't even mad at Bianca. I wasn't mad with her because I got she was who she was. And this had to be something in order for your boy to be digging her the way he was.
Yeah. Oh. Bria. Yes.
See, you got me saying
She.
the wrong
Yeah.
name. Jennifer, I'm reading what Jennifer question was. And she
Yeah.
know I already naturally mess up names.
Yeah. Bria was who she was, and she didn't change. But she didn't like Paige from day one.
From day one. She was jealous. It
My
was
issue
gotta be.
with her is she remind me a lot of Princess.
Girl, where is Aaliyah?
He told he told you from jump what it was, and he running around screwing other girls in your face, but you going to beat the girls up.
And then coming back to him.
Yeah, like I mean, that didn't get no that just didn't make sense.
She was real
No.
You
dusty.
fighting over somebody that's straight disrespecting you, and you gonna beat up people that he's disrespecting you with. And then he wasn't
That
really
part.
even disrespecting you because he told you y'all wasn't nothing.
I'm
Y'all
not
He
wasn't
was
sure.
together.
upfront.
Yeah, they were very
He was
toxic.
upfront. Yeah.
But you know, the part that tripped me out was the jealousy she had towards the twins. Like it was
Yeah.
so obvious.
Yeah.
And obviously their self esteem had to be low for them to allow the shit that she was doing. I have a
Yeah.
big
Well,
problem
you saw she was what's Bree brother name, the crackhead?
Box
Richie.
or the
Yeah,
oldest one.
the
The
oldest one.
oldest one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
oldest one.
Richie.
Nah,
He was trash.
that was a
He
dirty,
was trash.
He was trash.
dirty nigga.
Yeah.
He got
Dirty.
everything
I
he
agree.
deserved, and I wish it was worse. Cause
He
first
did.
off, now that was my issue with Bree. How you sitting here and you okay with your brother whipping this girl ass and she's supposed to be your friend, and then you stir up shit by keep going back and telling
Yeah.
him everything that was
And
happening.
claiming
Yeah,
that is loyalty. Yeah.
but who were
Yeah.
you loyal to? But you expected my
Exactly.
loyalty to you when my cousin was, when your man was
Yeah.
sitting on my cousin. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I have so many seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
She got what she
love the
deserved.
I love the energy Paige brought to the scene because it was like, oh no, bitch, we're about to get you straight. Because obviously
Yeah.
you don't know who I am, and she had to
Yeah.
put her cousins in check too. Cause she had to let her cousins know y'all know where y'all come from. Like that.
Yeah.
That's not how we get down.
That is
Nah.
not. Yeah. Like
So
not.
you gave these characters some real life, like I said, some energy that's gonna go beyond you're engaging it. You know what I'm saying? It's like as a reader, like I said before, I live in books. So way beyond, like we just said, we'll be reading like princesses forever sketched in our heads. So we're gonna probably see her somewhere else, or at least the character, her characteristics in some other book. And that's what you did as a new artist. What have you found to be the most difficult part of writing?
Probably ending the book. It always takes me so long to end a book. Because to be honest, I didn't know I was gonna write 6 books. When I always wanted to write because I've been a reader for years. So when I wrote Envy Me, I sent it to my editor, and I literally sat on the couch for like 2 weeks, nervous. Like stomach was hurting, and she liked it, and then sent it to a couple test readers. They liked it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just do it. Like, 'cause I don't have like a big tribe where somebody, I don't have people that I can call and talk to. Like, hey, what you think about this? Let me bounce some ideas off. Like, my mom is that person. So I was nervous. The is closing the book makes me nervous. Like, damn, did I cover everything? So yeah.
I like that you said that about your tribe. I don't know how many of y'all got to see the Sister Girls Book Club virtual thing for the Indie Love, their live or their YouTube. And that was what one of the authors said, that it's important for you to find your tribe. And the fact that you said that, Sabrina said that when I first came on the scene, and she was like, I found my tribe, people that's just as wild and crazy as me. And I think
Yeah.
that is so important in this, it's the literary scene, to make sure you have people that, can stand behind you, not necessarily yes ma'am and everything you said, that they can literally say, nah, sis, tighten that shit up right there. That's, that's a little loose. But
Yeah.
I think that's an important piece to find your tribe. What
Yeah.
what type of reviews have you seen that have maybe made you question what you've done?
I'm sorry, you said it has did what?
Maybe question what you've done, the type of reviews that you may have
Um,
seen or feedback
let
that
me
you've
see.
gotten.
So I really only just had like one crazy review, and uh, it was about Bambi. I guess it was like maybe too much for her or something, but she was like, what did she say? She was like, it was dumb and it didn't make sense, and I'm like, damn, like you know how hard I worked on this, sis? Like, and so, but I had to
Wow.
talk to my mom about it or whatever. She's like, it's okay. It's just like when you go see a movie, you done saw a movie before and called it dumb, but that don't mean everybody else thought it was dumb. I mean, it's just your opinion.
Exactly. I
So I
love
kind
that
of had to
mom
swallow
said
that.
that.
Yeah, I kind of had to swallow that. Yeah, but it
Like,
took me
I'm
a
an
minute.
artist.
I ain't
I'm
gonna
sensitive about my shit, just
I don't
know.
I don't have it in me to sit down and write a bad review.
look at
Like
Jennifer. I'm coming for their head. Who talked about Bambi?
I
It was okay. It was okay. I was good. I swallowed it.
just if I didn't like a book, I just go about my business.
Yeah, yeah. And
I
I was thinking
and
like call it dumb, and you could have just left your 2 stars and went about your business. But yeah, that
What
was
about your
like
business?
almost an insult. Yeah,
something in
yeah,
that book triggered them. That must have been a one of Check Holes that wrote that.
You know
yeah.
what? You stupid.
I'm
Check don't
telling
fuck
you.
with. Check does not get down with them kind. Okay, his kind just
He
want their
don't.
Hmm.
money. Ask Kimberly.
Yes, listen.
But you know what? I think author Ray Lees said something so important Saturday as well, when we talk about, understanding sometimes those reviews are not so personal. It's actually them. They got their own issues, you know what I'm saying? So their negativity is just what it is. They think they're helping you too.
Yeah, no, that ain't
Narcissist,
help.
you know. She said,
Yeah,
let me go to Amazon right now, Jennifer. Stand down.
it's okay.
But I also would say, hey, you got to take the good with the bad and the ugly.
You
It's
do.
not gonna
Yeah,
always be good. So, what
yeah,
has
definitely.
been your most favorite part about writing?
Writing itself, because for a long time I tried to write, but I just felt like I never had the time. I never could like put the words together, and it seems like since I started writing, like I just can't stop. Like I be at work checking
Lord.
guests in while they looking for the ID. I'm looking at the laptop, like, like so. I like writing, like just creating a new world. Like for me, Bambi, I felt like I created a little world. So I always find myself thinking about what they doing or thinking about like, am I gonna do something with them next?
Oh
Like,
yeah, the holiday is
who
coming.
can I shake up a little bit and fix their problem? So yeah,
Yeah, the holiday is coming. Jennifer
yeah.
is asking a question that most authors don't want to answer. And Jennifer, you were a little late, so she said something's coming, but she ain't giving no release date. But tell us,
Yeah.
what season? That's what Love Belvin does. What season should we expect?
Fall. I'm gonna say
She
fall.
said fall. Okay.
So
It's coming
something
fall.
coming this year, guys. We're getting
Yeah.
something more this year.
Yeah. And I can say that I am gonna write a Thanksgiving book with the Carters because I miss them.
Yes, yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, I was asking like the question on Facebook, but I don't want to do it like where they're at right now. I kind of want to ramp it up 5 years later. So the kids are grown and everybody's kind of settled into their relationship, and a few things have changed, you know, because I think when we left off, like Shayla was still in school and
nursing
Lady was opening up she's trying to open up the business, you know, Faye gave her and Kimmy wants a baby, so I want to just push it along just a little bit.
Oh, that ought to be good. Yeah, I'm ready for that. That'll be a nice Christmas treat too. Thing between Thanksgiving and Christmas, that would be a nice treat. Yes, yes, yes. Well, y'all know we here for it. Yeah. We are definitely here for that. We would love.
It's gonna be a novella or
I'm no promises. I don't know. I want to say because I wrote my little writing goal down. Like it's gonna be a smaller novella, but sometimes when I write, it kind of just like I said, take a life of its own. So I might think I'm about to just go in and just write down a quick 150 pages, but then I got a whole book. I'm like, damn, it wasn't supposed to be there, but yeah.
Right. Jen said, please don't kill Sheila. Girl, Sheila taser. Sheila will tase.
She will reach to the pages and tase me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We experienced so much in just those 3 stories, right? And like you said, Bambi it took a life of its own. What I appreciate about all of it is the growth you got to see in your characters. It's like from where they started. Because let me say this, and I'm saying this.
King had hella growth.
He did. Hella growth. But Spade had, and that's another thing. Your supporting characters are standing out just as much as the main characters. Because Spade had a lot of growth in book 3. I was so impressed. Now we talking all over the place, y'all. I know we're talking about Bambi, we're talking about Mills and Stay Schemin, but that's just how damn good these books were. And they, even like they're who they are, the energy, their street life, it kind of just all set there. So man, Shayla jumped out. Shayla, like, she was a reigning queen. She had her energy, the way she was ready to bat, hands down. Yep. Fraud was just that was so raggedy. That people from pieces.
All I can think about is that Mexican street corn. Like, first of all, I'm not a corn eater. It's just something about corn. First of all, corn has 0 nutritional value. So when people around here thinking they eating vegetables and they doing good eating corn, you're not.
Now you know what? When I read that part, when I read, what made me think about that part was Rita with the grits.
Refresh my memory.
We told her pussy was gritty.
Oh my God.
Now we talking about that book. And the things that we experienced and the comedy that we experienced, and there was a couple of things. So let's go, because Josh said she just finishing up book 1, so we don't want to spoil it for her. Let's go back to Stay Schemin, which is where we supposed to be, right? what we encountered in Stay Schemin, besides the comedy, like I said, the loyalty, right? It was so real. Not just with brothers, but their best friend was a rival.
Yeah, solely.
Yes, solely. Like he had this energy, like his blood flowed through them, and it was like, nah, you came from my brother. But tell us who inspired Solely, because he had this way about him where he was like kind of nonchalant with it. He was so straight up. He was like, look, all I got is 2 minutes and 2 pumps.
He reminded me of Brother Mac on
Kings of Comedy.
He said, I don't care.
It don't take all of that.
Where it came from. He said, you better get yours because I'm gonna get mine.
Yeah,
that nigga said, he said, shut up on that fucking noise.
Solely character just came from like I guess just maybe guys that I knew, or maybe I can say my cousins like combined because mine is the 2 minutes because I don't know about them first. But like their personalities, because like a lot of males are in our family, so and their bonds are tight. Like when I say they tight, like they act like they're brothers, and you know they say first cousins are always your best friends, and when you meet when they grew up with people like in Southwest, uh, we all kind of stayed on one street, and they carry those relationships like to adulthood. So they kids call each other nieces and nephews and cousins and all of that.
Dion
Kind of
said
carried on.
she rather nigga be real with her than to have you all excited and be disappointed. You ain't
Listen,
lying. But 2 minutes.
That allows
Man.
you to make a decision whether or not you gonna
That
fuck
good
with
enough.
it. So I
That
appreciate
good
that,
and they
ahead of
listen
time
to
too.
enough. But
even
I
though Liz
love.
tried to kill
But
him.
I'm about to tell you, Liz was like, I got a solution. Like,
She researched.
girl, the first time when she was choking that was just like that nigga said, apples,
And she didn't loosen that belt up.
Your girl said, wait, I'm almost there.
She was almost there.
You didn't have to use the same word. Yeah, I heard you.
I was right there. I was right there.
Yeah. She wasn't like going
Oh
that
my god.
Oh goodness. And that comedy was just hilarious. Jennifer says, will you ever write a romance book? I feel like that is romance.
That was urban romance.
Listen,
I
ain't
don't
nothing
know.
like that ghetto love.
I probably would. Yeah, I might dabble in it, but I don't know. I do want to try to write erotic, but I said
I
before
think
I don't know how that would turn out because they'd be doing something and somebody might start laughing. I don't know. But yeah.
Jen said this is not romance, but Nazir King is romance, huh? Yeah, his ragged ass.
Yeah, him. Look, yeah, him.
Got my sister locked up for 24 hours behind him and his bullshit.
That was terrible.
Wasn't it
And
terrible?
she was just in her glory too.
Girl. Look, Jory, another one.
Girl, I don't know why they love that man so much.
And
Lord have mercy.
we got there and talked about well, we know how he called his mama E40. What I guess for me, one of the worst parts, I think hands down for everybody, was losing Milford, right? Losing him because he still had so much potential. But what I loved about him was how when he went to bat for his brother, it was like, dude, you didn't did. Let me tell you something. I was surprised by at one point by who it was that did it, right? But some things started to kind of add up. But like when he humiliated those young boys, that's who I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he should have never did that to them young boys. I'm like, a coward, when you humiliate a coward, that's what
they go to the extreme.
Yeah, they can't handle that.
Right. Deb, tell us about it. She said they got that toxic love syndrome. We know.
I want to know how in the hell the twin ended up with BB. That's what I want to know.
Girl.
Because that was outrageous.
I thought she was gonna be with your boy too.
That was outrageous.
With Mills? No, she when they went to the park, they were going hanging at the park.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
BB and Mac. Hey, no.
I am tripping, y'all.
BB was a Mac. Deny.
What you tripping about?
Because I ain't post none of the comments. I'm sitting here reading and talking. I'm like, I'm slipping on my admin duties.
I told you, listen, you the admin. I'm security. I got my security hat on today too.
Oh goodness. Yeah, this has been quite the day. I don't know, today just It's been kind of crazy. Jen say, "Why did you have Liz stay with Richie?" And he did. He stayed for a while. I mean, it's
Some
like,
people like that though.
and that's the truth. I think we watched that on I don't know if y'all saw the Red Table with Jada Pinkett
Mhm.
Smith, whatever her name is. Um, where she interviewed a woman that that question was asked, why did you stay? And she was like, she had convinced herself that he would change or be better. But I mean, even when her twin kept telling her, you deserve, but it took her cousin to come and be like, she was
Yeah,
ready to
to
whoop his
open her
ass
eyes
too.
about Bree. Yeah. And then she was young when she started messing with Richie anyway. So you know how they can have like that little mind control over somebody, and yeah,
And and he was nasty. I
he was
mean,
crazy.
he was like real. Oh my god, he was so nasty.
He was
He was.
gross. Like
He
Didn't
was.
want to take baths and like for real.
had
Yeah, he
her
didn't
just
care.
sucking on his
On the
little
Yeah,
phone.
I
dirty
was the
little wee
same
wee.
way. How could you not listen to your sister? I didn't feel bad for her either, Jen, because I was like, sis, she had too many opportunities. But
Hmm.
I'm glad she didn't allow him to introduce her to drugs.
Yeah,
Um, which that's why I say he deserved everything he got and then some. Because
yeah,
the way he even did box,
yeah. He was greedy.
You
yeah,
got your brother paying for your drugs.
Yeah, and we all know Box wasn't the smartest.
girl, did we know he was?
That motherfucker was SLO slow. Mm-mm.
He wasn't the smartest, It was
Wait,
easy.
Girl, what's wrong with you?
what part? What letter he missing? Allegra, what
He
letter he?
don't get no. He don't get a W. He was SLO.
A whole lot of O's.
You don't get the win, huh? Yes,
Mm-mm.
indeed.
At all.
I think we all did. I was Richie every sense of the word. But you know what? Real talk. What I loved about him, about Mo, when he told him straight up where he failed at, and he wanted him to think about that, he kept it
Yeah,
all the way real with him.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he told him he turned his little cardboard box Chevy, but he did. Um, when he gave him the real about how you're the oldest, you were supposed to
yeah.
take
You
care of them.
lead. Yeah,
You were supposed to, and that for me, that's so real. You know,
yeah,
when you have a responsibility to look after your siblings. In their case, your parents died, and I know you don't be wanting that responsibility on you,
yeah.
but Dusty Diana, huh?
Lord have mercy.
She said Dusty Diana.
There was that scene where um they went back to the house, right? Okay, so this was the other part when she was pregnant and she
Mhm,
kept trying to talk to him, right?
mhm.
And how he just that was I was disappointed, but I guess that was the build up right there, you know. But I was disappointed in him because it's like let her speak, like let her tell you what she got to tell you. You know, you all in your feelings and stuff. But I was happy about that. I was I was happy that he's gonna finally have that opportunity to come and chill. But the way
Yeah,
he did your girl, I was like he should have killed her quicker than he did. He was trusting too much.
three. Yeah, because she still called heartache after meal.
Yes.
Yeah,
So girl, you done gave everybody names, huh? Say Dusty Diana, Box Chevy, and Rusty Richie. Yeah, we can give y'all. I told her we live in these books past the pages, past the day that we read them, and that's
yeah,
how you connect with your authors. That's where your tribe begins to build. Because
hmm
I'm sure everybody that's in these comments have been in your inbox,
yeah,
including me.
yeah,
I get in the author's inbox in a heartbeat. I have no problem with that.
yeah.
Yes, she does.
I know
Yes,
Jennifer
she
does.
does. What do you read?
I read some of everything. So what was the last book I just read? I just read Human book.
Ooh,
Oh,
girl,
Freedom.
freedom.
freedom, free.
Yes.
Ooh, freedom.
That was
Ooh,
good.
freedom.
I love that. So Freedom.
That was hilarious, Jennifer. We was talking about that earlier, calling a Kool-Aid and calling a jelly like a tampon.
Use tampon, yes. He thinks it.
They
Girl,
worked on each other nerves, the two of
they
them.
did. They
Yes.
did. Girl,
Yes.
when her and your girl was when your girl was cheating on her and she called herself going to the house crying to them, girl, they was dying.
That was the worst thing she could have ever done.
I was like, so she
She
thought
needed
she
some
should come
comfort.
to them. She ain't got no friends.
No, not at all.
Like I wonder who she gonna go to now that she with your girl with with twins.
Hey,
Because first of all, that ain't gonna last. You BB too old.
Girl,
She too
BB
old, and she ain't got no money.
BB gonna be the sugar mama that your girl been looking for in all our inboxes.
yes,
Oh my
she
god!
gonna get money from her son.
Right. So
That
that ain't
was
gonna last.
that was that was like when I say that took a lot of intelligence, a lot of wit with the credit card fraud. You mentioned the documentary that you saw. And so
Yes,
that literally just made the story just spin into so much that you gave because it was like I was like, "Man, that's some small shit." Like having the rich people pay you to get a line of credit, like
mm-hmm.
the wisdom. And but now his downfall was messing with crackheads, not just crackheads, but people that you know what I'm saying, like literally kept bringing them back. They could bring it back to
Yeah,
them. They could tie it back to them.
yeah, trying to help Bree out, trying to be loyal to Bree, because that wasn't ever gonna work. Because Bree wasn't really loyal to him.
At girl, she
Hmm.
wasn't. She wasn't. Well, I'm gonna say she was loyal to her brother. She was loyal to Richie. That
Yes,
was
she
it.
was loyal to her brother.
But she learned quick that
Gosh,
he was not loyal to her. He
yeah.
was loyal to the pipe. He was loyal to the pipe. Y'all, Nisha told us she has a
I'm sorry.
doggy,
Yes, I have a
and
dog,
she.
and she is so demanding. And my daughter put her out the room.
Oh Lord.
So
Yes, my
that's the
daughter don't want
squeaky
her
noise we've been hearing.
yet.
Has any of your outside of your brother, has any of your family and your cousins, I know your male cousins, but have any of them inspired you? Better yet, has any of them read your work? Um, to give you some
I
feedback
think
on what they thought.
they read the first book.
I know mom
I know
read
my
your
mom.
work.
Yeah, my mom has read them all. Like she read them before they even published. Like she read them before the edits and after the edits. I ain't read
What's
what the
some of
first
the feedback your mom has given?
like my mom loves King. So when I tell her about the ladies on Facebook that love King, she's like, "Tell me he was my first."
Now that's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, my mom loves King. So and some of the feedback she'll give me, she'll be like, "Okay, like if I have like a date mix up, she'll be like, okay, when did that happen?" Or
That's what
So
I
you
want.
have a proofreader. You
Yes,
have a
yeah,
proofreader.
yeah, because
she
I'm
she,
not
is
mad at that.
invested in it. That's what I'm
yeah,
talking about. Cause we be like, I don't know, somebody's book we had recently read where it was talking about the airport was different or something like that, right? Yeah, so
yeah,
it's important to pay attention to those kind of details. You expect them
yeah.
to get it. Now you're an indie author, correct? Or are you
I
published?
am indie
Okay,
author.
okay. Did you find that to be a hard way to get in?
Before I started, before I published it, I did a lot of research on it. Uh, and they got like a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I was like on YouTube. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me just make her hush 1 second.
She
Oh
good.
no,
She good.
you
Is she
fine.
loud in
You
your ear?
fine.
Uh-uh.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
She good.
Okay.
Oh.
So I did like a lot of research on it. And I thought it was gonna be like kind of like a brief. I'm like, okay, I'm about to write this book, and I'm gonna get the readers. And the first book didn't catch, but the second and the third, and after that, I'm like, okay, this is better. I do like that I have control over everything. Hey, hush. I like having control over everything because I have control over the covers, and my editor is really nice. I met her through Nico. Hey, you gotta hush.
She might want you to pick her up.
Listen, she's too big for all that.
I'm about to say that's a big dog, girl. That's a beagle.
Yeah. Okay, come here.
She's
Look.
big.
She eat. This is Lily.
Oh, hi, cutie pie. See, she just wants some attention.
She did.
That's all she wanted, some
what
attention.
What y'all doing up there?
She's just nosy. But yeah, I like being an indie author. I know when I was younger, I used to want publish with Triple Crown. I used to love Triple Crown books. Like I
just
everything about them.
went back and reread Dirty Red last week.
Yes.
I went back and reread that.
Yes, I love their books. I love Keisha Irvin. Was like a huge fan of hers. Still a huge fan of hers. Wadia Clark, Kiwan, love.
Cool.
There was some of the books I read growing up.
Jory says that she will definitely share King with your mom because she got good taste. Dab, that's your people. Dab said my friends have no chill. We missed some.
So listen,
tonight.
Fall is over. Oh no, I'm saying it's over.
Already.
Fall's not over. No, it didn't.
September.
Fall starts in September.
I thought it
started September to December.
August, September, October.
Because I was about to be slick and say we should have a book by October.
Because winter starts in
December. December 21st.
Yeah, I got a nice little stretch.
So what
we're gonna give you a little leeway.
What we can definitely expect is to have a book
before Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, because she said she was writing a Thanksgiving book too.
Yeah.
So we got all right. We got that much figured out.
Yeah.
We can deal with that.
We're planning our reading time. Cause listen, y'all had to plug this thing up. We're planning our reading time and so Jory, we can definitely expect this to get some more King. And
what's King doing? I'll tell you, King is losing his mind because his kids, like I said, I'm speeding it up 5 years, so his kids are toddlers.
I hope they bad as fuck. I'm telling you, I hope they bad as fuck. I hope they give him. I hope they give him everything he gave Peaches.
Yeah, when I write about them, I laugh. Yeah.
And Sadie.
That super sperm. Girl, that's a mess. I so enjoyed your writing. I mean, I hats off to you, especially like I said, as a new author. You know, it's when you get a new author to wow you on those very first releases or what have you, and you know, I'm putting you in a crowd with some outstanding authors. When I think about like first time I read, and I'm like, oh, ain't no way. Who they ghostwriting? Somebody ghostwriting. Yeah, you did that. I love the energy.
Jory, I'm not playing with you because he was 9 years old trying to start a whole squad.
Baby, a whole squad at school.
I'm hoping his kids are y'all kids. I'm gonna say that. I hope y'all kids bad as fuck.
They're gonna get them around for their money.
The disrespect. Listen, if you have not, and I know everybody that's here with us tonight has gotten into Nesha's catalog, but if you've not gotten into Bambi, if you've not gotten into Fraud, I know you're here with Stay Schemin. If you're like me and haven't done Envy Me, which I need to get into, she has done a dynamic job in bringing us pure comedy with gems, with humor, and for Jennifer, a lot of romance. But it's a ghetto love, and for me, that's what it is.
I like ghetto love.
I love it too. I mean, it's a big twist, and especially when you could turn a real hood nigga into, like, ooh, one of them. Yeah. He gave us all of that. She gave us all that. Is there anything you want your readers to know, your fans to know out there? Anything you want
Yes,
to
that
share with
I
them?
appreciate everybody. I really do. I read every review and I smile like the whole time, like literally face be hurting. Because the love is like I can feel it. I really, really appreciate everybody. I do.
That's
So
awesome.
thank you,
That is
everybody. Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you for sharing your gift with us. Cause some
We
people,
appreciate you.
some people,
Thank you.
they keep that bottled up talent and they never release it, and you never know what you're missing out on. So I'm glad you took that leap of faith and jumped out and started writing because we thoroughly enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. We had a blast discussing your book throughout the weeks.
Yeah, listen, that's one thing I love, like talking about I love talking about my books. Like I love talking about books, period. But I get a kick out of when everybody else talking about my book. Like I can be strolling on Facebook, I'm like, oh wait, they talking about my book. So I really, really enjoy it.
Well, guys, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. We definitely don't want to keep you because we know you need to get to your babies because they are screaming for your attention. But we want to thank you for joining us. Thank y'all for joining us, readers. We look forward to our next book. Our next book, like she said, like Nesha said, will be Kima. Kima will be joining us in September.
The
The
13, I
13th.
think it
Yeah, the
was.
13th of September
Mhm.
we'll have Kima with us, and we're looking forward to that. And you guys are just doing an awesome job. Congratulations on celebrating your first Black Indie Authors Day. I
Thank
hope that
you.
was a blast
Thank
and
you.
that you got the
It
support that you need.
was.
Feel free to always post in Bourbon Street Bookers. We welcome authors. That is a platform for authors to come in and join us. Please join in the discussions because we get a little wild and crazy, as you can see. But
Yes.
it's all in fun and love. So thank you guys for joining us. Nesha, hang out with us for a moment. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.